The Galactic Military Academy's combat training hall fell silent as Instructor Vexthor announced the next sparring match. His 4 eyes swept across the assembled cadets, representing dozens of species from across the Federation. "Cadet Jennifer Martinez," he called out, his translator rendering his chittering speech into standard. "You will face Cadet Krelvan of the Thoraxian Empire." Jennifer stood from her position among the human contingent, rolling her shoulders. At 5'6", she wasn't particularly imposing by human standards, but the way several alien cadets leaned away from her spoke volumes. Humans had developed a reputation in the 6 months since Earth joined the Galactic Federation. A reputation as Deathworlders. Krelvan rose on his 6 legs, mandibles clicking with what Jennifer had learned to recognize as amusement. The Thoraxian stood nearly 8 feet tall, his exoskeleton gleaming under the training hall's lights. His species had been warriors for 10,000 years, conquering 17 star systems before joining the Federation peacefully. "This should be brief," Krelvan announced, his voice carrying across the hall. "I shall try not to damage the Deathworlder too severely." Jennifer said nothing, simply stepping onto the sparring mat. She'd learned that humans talking before a fight made the other species nervous. Something about predator confidence according to the xenopsychology texts. The rules were simple: combat until submission, knockout, or instructor intervention. No weapons. No killing techniques. Standard engagement protocol for military training across the galaxy. What the galaxy hadn't quite grasped yet was that standard meant very different things to species from low-gravity, low-danger worlds. "Begin." Vexthor's voice cracked like a whip. Krelvan rushed forward with impressive speed, attempting to use his size advantage. It was textbook Thoraxian combat doctrine: overwhelm smaller opponents with reach and strength. Jennifer had studied the doctrine. More importantly, she'd grown up in Houston with 3 older brothers and had spent 4 years in the Marine Corps before being selected for the Federation exchange program. She slipped left, letting Krelvan's momentum carry him past, and delivered a sharp kick to his mid-leg joint. Not enough to break the exoskeleton, but enough to let him know she understood leverage. Krelvan spun faster than she'd anticipated. She'd give him credit, he was well trained. His primary arms shot out in a grappling attempt, and Jennifer ducked under them, driving her elbow into his thorax. The impact echoed through the hall. Several gasps rose from the watching cadets. Krelvan staggered back, mandibles clicking rapidly, pain or surprise, Jennifer wasn't sure which. His secondary arms reached up, and in a move that would haunt him for the rest of his military career, he grabbed a fistful of Jennifer's dark brown hair and yanked. Everything happened in less than a second. Jennifer's head snapped back. Every human in the observation area tensed. Instructor Vexthor started moving toward the mat, already sensing something had gone catastrophically wrong. But Jennifer moved faster. 200,000 years of evolution on a high-gravity death world had given humanity something the galaxy's other species lacked: absurdly fast reflexes honed by predators that could kill in milliseconds. Jennifer's hand shot up, grabbed Krelvan's manipulator claw, and twisted with the full force of Earth's 1G conditioning behind it. The snap was audible throughout the hall. Krelvan's shriek was unlike anything Jennifer had heard from a Thoraxian before. His claw bent at an angle nature never intended, the exoskeleton cracking in 3 places. He released her hair instantly, stumbling backward as purple ichor began seeping from the brakes. Halt! Vexthor was between them now, his own appendages raised. Medical team to Training Hall 7 immediately. Jennifer stepped back, hands raised in a non-threatening posture, though her eyes remained locked on Krelvan. The Thoraxian had collapsed to the mat, cradling his ruined claw. The medical team arrived within seconds. The Academy had learned to keep them close when humans were training. As they stabilized Krelvan for transport to the medical bay, Vexthor turned to Jennifer. "Explain," he demanded. "He grabbed my hair, sir," Jennifer replied calmly. "It's considered a pain compliance technique on Earth, often used in assault scenarios. My response was proportional self-defense per human military doctrine. Proportional? Vexthor's translator nearly glitched on the word. You destroyed his primary manipulator. Sir, with respect, he grabbed my hair in combat. On Earth, that's not just illegal in sanctioned matches, it's considered intent to cause serious harm. Jennifer's voice remained steady. My instructors taught me that anyone who grabs your hair in a fight isn't looking to win points. They're looking to control your head, and once they control your head, they can break your neck. The words hung in the air. Several alien cadets made their species equivalent of shocked expressions. Captain Morrison, the human liaison officer, had arrived. Instructor Vexthor, if I may. Cadet Martinez is correct. Hair-pulling in human combat sports is forbidden precisely because of the vulnerability it creates. In military contexts, it's treated as a lethal threat. Vexthor's 4 eyes blinked in sequence, a sign of processing information. The Thoraxians have no such vulnerability. Krelvan likely thought he was simply securing a grip. Then perhaps, Morrison said quietly, this is a learning opportunity for all parties. Humans are not fragile. But we come from a world where everything tried to kill us for millions of years. Our responses are calibrated differently. Over the next 3 days, while Krelvan's claw was being regenerated in the medical bay, a new training protocol was implemented. Every species would provide a detailed breakdown of their physiological vulnerabilities and instinctive responses. Jennifer visited Krelvan on the 2nd day. He was resting in a regeneration pod, his claw slowly reforming under the medical nanite's care. I apologize, she said simply. I should have pulled the strike. Krelvan's mandibles clicked, laughter, she'd learned. No. I grabbed what I thought was a handle. I learned it was a trigger. He paused. On Thorax Prime, we have a saying, the mountain teaches through avalanche. I have been taught. When Krelvan returned to training a week later, fully healed, he requested a rematch with Jennifer. This time, he kept his claws away from her hair. He still lost, but he learned. And throughout the Galactic Military Academy, a new understanding spread, Deathworlders weren't just strong or fast or durable. They were dangerous because every aspect of their biology assumed the universe was trying to kill them. Because for 4 billion years on Earth, it had been. Official Academy Memo 4701H. All non-human cadets are hereby advised that grabbing human hair, eyes, throat, or groin in combat training will be treated as initiation of lethal force and may result in immediate and severe counteraction. Humans are reminded to exercise restraint when possible. Cultural awareness seminars are now mandatory for all species. Welcome to integration. Mind the Deathworlders.